Wow, what a live stream, huh? Wow, yesterday was a really weird day. I can't even see my own screen. Full with fingerprints, okay? So much of fingerprints. Now this is a bit annoying, but I'll leave it like that. I don't really like bright screens. Okay, everyone. Let's put this over here. Hey, hello. So, it's a very dull day today, and obviously I don't know what to do. It's pretty early today as well. It's almost 1 o'clock, which is pretty good, because I like it when it's early. I don't like late. Um, Anything late, I don't like it. Okay, I'm not a big fan of anything late. I don't know why. Maybe that's just me. I'm not a fan of 2, 3, 4, and 5 because it's basically those times supposed to be more relaxing times, you know? Okay, so welcome to Tuesday. Today feels like Wednesday. I keep thinking this is Wednesday. It's not Wednesday. It's Tuesday. Yesterday I thought it was Tuesday. So tomorrow is slightly offensive. Like I wait for these videos now. Every Wednesday and Friday I wait for it, okay? I don't know what happened. Well, I don't know what's happening with the other show with Elijah Schaefer. I don't really know what's happening with the other show because I don't really know the exact timelines where they actually post and when they don't post. Sometimes they post random, I guess. Um, I need to just look into that channel. Anyways, welcome. Welcome to a very interesting Tuesday afternoon, a very dull Tuesday afternoon. Um, so, I was watching the Smurfs. Yes, I was watching cartoons. Yes, I still love cartoons. I love to animate stuff, and I just love, especially the old cartoons. I'm more of a big fan of the old cartoons than what we have now. Because what we have now is really terrible. Not all of them, but just many of them. They are so terrible, and it's so annoying, you know? Some of them are, some of them have this really ugly art style. Cal arts, that's what they call it. It's not the best art style. Some people say it's cheap. Okay, fine, it's cheap. But is it really the best out there? You know, I know He-Man, the new He-Man series. It has really good animation, but the only problem with that is it has a terrible story. It was a bait and switch, just like many movies these days, many shows these days. Anyways, wow. Thank goodness I'm not a He-Man fan, but I still feel for the He-Man fans because it's not fair that you're allowed to get something like this. Even with what's it called, She-Ra and whatnot, like all these things kept like getting thrown at y'all. You know, y'all deserve better things. Okay, y'all deserve better things, better than anything else. It's not fair that your favorite show has to go to the slaughter because of stupid writers, stupid producers, stupid showrunners. It's not fair, okay? Now I love Monster Hunter, and Capcom was talking about. It was in the leaks, but Capcom was talking about basically bringing wokeness into some of their stuff. They're talking about diversity crap. They had a diversity presentation basically, and it's kind of sad. They praise Last of Us 2, and they call their own games terrible because it has female characters that show skin. How dare a modern game have female characters that show skin? Even adult characters, how dare they show skin? You know, it's one of those things. It's like, are you serious? Because Monster Hunter World, and Iceborne, and Rise, and Sunbreak, all of them are, basically fifth gen Monster Hunter games. They're very new. But the earliest Monster Hunter games, they were so diverse, you know. So people keep thinking that these games aren't diverse. I'm sorry to say this, but these games was diverse since the beginning of time, But the fact that people want to forget about that and focus on these new times, not just with Monster Hunter, but with other stuff as well. Like, so much of things were full with diversity, and people don't want to talk about that. Immediately, they want to cry and moan about diversity all the time. Where's this diversity? Where's that? And it's like, it's right in front of you, but they don't want to take it for what it is. They'd rather take a character, destroy it, and then if you complain about it, they call you a white supremacist. Okay, I hope you'll all kiss her goodbye because, wow, we're gonna lose our smart character to diversity because there's this new showrunner. I don't know, producer, I guess, yeah. Basically, she is from Haitian descent, and basically, she wants to make Velma South Asian, basically race swapping her. And not only that, but they're making her lesbian or bisexual or whatever. It's gonna be an adult series. No, at first last year I was like, you know what, do whatever you want to do. But just don't change the character. But now I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Scooby-Doo has nothing to do with adult stuff. Sure, they have scary monsters, but like even like the most scariest movies, like Zombie Island, that was pretty terrifying. But it wasn't something for adults. You know, yes, if you're an adult, you can watch it, but it was mostly targeted towards kids. But these days, everything has to be for adults now. Everything. You know, I don't get it. Really don't get it. But anyways, they stated it was going to be an adult show because they're going to solve a murder mystery. It does make sense that it has to be an adult show because it's murder, it's revolving murder. But at the same time, I still feel like they're taking these characters and making them for the adults. Why can't it just remain a kid's character, you know? Yes, Scooby-Doo is sometimes scary, but then again, it's for kids, you know? I grew up watching Scooby-Doo, and I still love Scooby-Doo. Yesterday, well, last night, I was listening to so much of the Scooby-Doo intros. Oh, wow. Oh, no. Oh, no. I realized that if they're gonna do something like this, they could actually change the ExGirls into something very, very progressive. And the ExGirls were actually back in the day counterculture, you know, basically this made-up band that exists in Scooby-Doo, and they were very, very counterculture back then. But I feel like now they could change it around. But this is unofficial. I'm just spitballing with things over here, but you know, since they had Velma, they could easily mess around with the Hex Girls. Yeah, that's what they could do, you know? And it'll be so annoying because, one, just leave the characters alone. If you want to make your own characters, go ahead. Even though it'll get ruthlessly criticized, you're still creating something original, and that's something we can all be proud of. But no, you got to take something and just destroy it, you know? And it's so sad. It really is so sad. You know, people lose their favorite characters for the sake of diversity and inclusion. The message, as Critical Drinker will say. But that's the thing. It's that they always preach and moan. There's something I've noticed yesterday. Everyone, or mostly, I'll say 90% of people who use social media, not all of them, but plenty of them, are activists. Basically, being an activist as become a normal thing where anyone can be an activist without even stating they're an activist. That's what it is now. So, yeah, it's become the norm to be an activist, you know? Which is something kind of crazy because many people now who are part of punk, um, well, the old punk, they now are part of this establishment and stuff. I'm not going to go too much on that rant, but I'm just saying that the old punk and the old counterculture people, they are now turning into the establishment figures. Many of them, not all of them, but many of them. Anyways, the title is called I'm Not Like Other Maams because, well, for starters, I am not like the other Maams. I made this very clear years ago on a tweet. It was responding to Charlie Kirk. Basically, it was speaking about something to do with LGBT and stuff like that. Back then, 2019, it was called LGBT. Hmm? It was called LGBT. Now it's called LGBT2 2QI. There's two Q's in it. I wonder what the other Q is for. For QAnon? Okay, but seriously though, it's so insane that they went from this to so much more letters. You know, what happened to the plus? Does the plus mean anything anymore? Oh, it's just broken. It broke up. Anyways, basically I responded to him by saying, look, I'm a trans person. I'm pre-trans, but I never tell him that, but I then said, hey, I'm trans, and I don't belong in this group because I don't feel like I should be in this group in the first place, you know? When I was a kid, I started getting these strange gender feelings. Very strange. And one of the craziest things was I didn't know these things existed. I didn't know that until years later, and then I realized that. But at the same time, I'm not part of this group. I don't want to be part of this group. I want to be on my own. I'm an individual, you know? Um, Simple as that. The only flag that I care about is my country's flag, the South African flag. That's all I care about because everything else is not really important to me, you know? Um, and I don't want to be part of the group just because I happen to be a Maam. That's just not fair. Okay, I'm an individualist, you know? I'm more into myself, and yes, I have my own agendas to push, you know, strong family, strong borders, strong waifus, cute waifus, feminine waifus. But um, at the same time, I I really just want to enjoy life. So yeah, you know, so people might be surprised by me, you know, that I'm not like the others. And I'm not doing this to be like the pick me, as these people would say, pick me. Pick me is a very belittling word, you know, to call others. Okay, because they're not part of your group. But anyways, oh wow, the sun is shining, but the clouds are so dark. Strange, isn't it? Sometimes it rains and the sun is like still out. Pretty crazy, right? Okay, as I was saying, um, I'm a part of this alphabet stuff, alphabet soup. Simple as that. You know, I'm a different person, and that's it. Because I want to be different. I want to be out of the box. You know, because I never really thought about having this community or that community. You know, that's why I'm always on my own. You know, and that's why I tend to just not really be part of any group when it comes to stuff like this. You know, but anyway, once okay, one day when I fully transition or halfway transition, will I enter a beauty pageant? That's something very important to point out. In South Africa, they're now allowing Mayams to enter, which is interesting. So will I enter? Will I enter these beauty pageants? I don't know. I say this because then again, like I don't fit the status quota. Like if I'm gonna enter, it'll just be for fun. I don't really care about what like doing it for a message because these days a lot of people when they win some a pageant they just put a message in it and whatnot. It's been going on for some time, you know. You want to win because you want to win. Simple, right? So why on earth should I enter it? I feel like I wouldn't even fit in. Even though I will get all the surgeries, I won't even fit in, you know? I think it's just not for me. Maybe I should just stick to drawing cartoons, writing books, writing comics, writing novels. Speaking of comics, in different types of comics, basically on my list, every week I'll release one comic. But I have to have like a small group of comics to work on. Work only on four each when it comes to releasing them once a week. However, there will be other series that. So I have comic 1, comic 2, comic 3, and comic 4. Can you see that? I don't think you can see it, but every week uh, I'll release a new issue for each of these, and then I'll go back to this, release the second issue, and so on and so on. Working that pattern because it'll keep me up the track, but then there'll be a few other comics that'll be actually done much more quicker. These will be special comics. These will be special comics that you can't even see it. Okay, these will be special comics that can be released anytime without really any hold up whatsoever. So yeah, I have this really cool political comic. I don't mean left or right. You know something in my world, my fantasy world. Um, there's not gonna be any type of like crazy things besides. Well, okay, here's what won't be allowed in my fantasy world. Sorry about this. I feel. Wait, hold on. I'm sweating way too much. Okay. The lighting today is very, very poor. But not bad as Saturday. Okay. So, What won't be in my fantasy world? First things first is I don't want pedophilia in my fantasy world. Yes, there's going to be crime in my fantasy world, criminals, mass robbers, shooters, and whatnot, but no pedophilia. I'm not a fan of that. Okay, it makes me sick to the stomach about that. I want to vomit. Even hearing about the recent story about what's his name? George something. About him, I was sick to my stomach. I don't want that in my world. My fantasy world, yes, it has criminals, murderers, people get ripped to shreds, but I don't want disgusting things like that in it because it's just, ew. I could never draw anything like that or work on anything like that? This is a fantasy world. Why ruin it with terrible monsters, okay? The next thing is obviously no abortions. Yes, yes, yes. As much as I would like to write and draw people getting ripped apart, I still don't want babies to be ripped apart, so there's not going to be any of that stuff. And these are pretty much ground rules that I'm setting, not just for myself, but for the future of my company that I'm working on. Because I'm working on this fantasy world, I'm building it up from the top, from where life began to different parts of the year, different planets, what's happening in different planets, different villages, different kingdoms. I'm working on so much ideas, and obviously, one day when I pass on, not now, I hope not now, but one day when I pass on, someone else will work from there and they'll continue. So I don't want anyone to fill my work with a lot of crazy things. And the next thing is I don't want to use my characters for social justice politics, okay? Or any politics for that matter. They just exist to tell a story, simple as that. So that's my rules. Uh, and I'll try my best to make it as much escapism as possible because here's the biggest thing that's in demand right now. Escapism, you know? Everyone wants escapism. I want escapism. I'm sure many of you want escapism. Escapism is very good. These days, everything's over political. And even, like, non-political things. That's the worst part. Like, non-political things are political. I can accept political things being political, but non-political things being political, that doesn't make sense. Okay? So anyways, speaking about this comic I have an idea on, it's supposed to be a novel at first, but then I kept thinking of drawing these really cool scenes, these really cool battle scenes, and then I thought to myself, this will be perfect. Now, basically, this comic book, I'm gonna call it, well, I'm not gonna give an official name, I'll still work on it, because I need to copyright it, and when you're copywriting stuff, you can't really have this exact name of something else, so I have to find a unique name. But I'm gonna call it now Project Kingdom. Project Kingdom is gonna be about a story of a boy, a young man, I would say, working on a village, a kingdom. There we go. Mixing up my words. Great. He's working in a kingdom, and basically, I'm not gonna spoil too much, but he builds up a kingdom on his own, and then he becomes the king, and then it basically tells the tale of him running this kingdom and the people after him that runs the kingdom, and the laws they make, the battles they face, the problems they face. Everything is going to be in there, okay? And it's going to be a very different comic, hence why I'll be releasing it anytime. So there won't really be a limit like once a week or whatever. It could be twice a week, possibly even once every few days, you know, because it's going to be a long story. And the problem with that comic is that I want to put a lot of information out there as possible. You know, the different laws the king will make, and then uh, what else? Then the previous, or not previous, my bad, mixing up my words again. The next few kings after that will basically might change some rules or they might do different things. They'll be very different compared to the previous ones. There we go. Okay. But anyways, I've been thinking about this for some time. It sounds like a really cool idea, where you're telling a story of the birth of a kingdom, and it continues to go until its very end, which is going to be a long time. Because in my fantasy world, this kingdom that this man creates, this young man creates, lasting kingdoms in the fantasy world of Earth. So in the Earth, in my fantasy, they're going to this kingdom is going to be one of the longest lasting kingdoms ever. So that sounds pretty fun, but also at the same time, it's gonna give me a lot of work. But still, it's gonna be fun. And there's gonna be politics in it, but once again, not left, right, center politics, none of that stuff, because they don't exist in my world. They don't exist. Like the left, right thing, it doesn't really exist as well, you know? So, yeah. However, the political issue will be basically the rule making and the wars, which will be fun, you know? And as the years progress, you see new buildings being built, things being collapsed, new knights, new soldiers, new kings, new queens. It's going to be a very fun story, and I hope people get to enjoy it. So here we go. I don't think that's been done before, but maybe I'm wrong. But I just find it very fun to just give so much of law, especially when it comes to rules and regulations. I just like it so much, to work with stuff like that, you know? Anyways, moving on. I could have dressed up in a dress today, but obviously, I was worried that my mother will barge in. Yes. Like yesterday, if you watched the video, I was worried, what if she barges in, and then she'll catch me. She's not really happy with me doing the full transition. She's not happy with that at all. I've discussed it with her since 2019. She was not really happy with accepting what I'm saying. And I can't really change her. I can't. It's impossible to change someone. Change has to come on their own, and I can't force her to accept it. I'll just continue to live my life. And, if she doesn't want to change, that's totally fine, I can't force others to change their feelings on me. I really can't do that. That's going to be impossible, but I'd rather earn her respect. Anyways, moving on. Great. Wow, I have nothing else to talk about. But of course, it's a long, long live stream because I have a long amount of battery. 91%, baby. Oh, sorry. Okay, so, anyways, talking about transitioning. What surgeries will I do and what will I not do? I don't know if I'll do the chest surgery, but let's just see what happens. It's going to be a very expensive surgery, and I'm totally fine with that, Whatever money I make on my books, I'm going to be either spending it on video games or spending it on surgery. So, yeah, you're going to get a lot of video game show-offs in the next few months because, oh wow, I'm just so into the Nintendo Switch. I'm not a soy boy, I'm not a soy boy, okay? Please don't call me that, okay, in the comments if you want to, but just don't. I was avoiding the Switch because of that, I guess. But then, you know what? So what if a bunch of soy boys ruin something fun? You can still have fun. Anyways, I want to get a Nintendo Switch because it's fun. The amount of so much fun on the Nintendo Switch. Don't forget it's portable. Don't get me wrong, I love modern consoles. The only issue with playing with this is that the TV. It's a TV, okay? A lot of people walk up and down. People disturb all the time. And it's very annoying. It is very annoying. You can't really have a good playthrough when you trying to play on a console. But when it comes to a handheld console, it's totally different because privacy, privacy, privacy. The 3 Ps, privacy, privacy, privacy. Okay? I grew up playing with the PSP. It's very fun because it had some disturbances, but it was very easy just to tune it out. And I don't have to share my screen with a big flat screen. I can just play it in my own hands and look at my game without others looking at it. Simple as that. Privacy 101. I love it. And I hope in the future more consoles go this way because look, I'm not a big fan of this anymore. This console stuff now. Yes, I will get an Xbox Series X one day just to play Monster Hunter 6 when it comes out 2023. But Obviously, I still want to get a Switch because, wow, what do you call it? Portable gaming is one of the best parts of gaming out there. Very different from a phone because phone gaming, touchscreen, yes, but you don't get to feel the buttons, which I want to feel, you know? I want to feel the buttons. So far, I actually written down everything, a list of all the games I want from Nintendo Switch. Not for Santa Claus, but for myself, because I want to work towards that list, gain every single game on that list. What can you do? If I want to have fun, I want to have fun, okay? Fun beats work, but you need work to get fun. So it's a big cycle, you know? Work, then you can afford fun. Have fun, then you can do more work, then you can buy more fun. You know, it's a big cycle. Okay, so anyways, I will do the facial surgery because this is way too big for me. This is so big. I'm gonna keep the nose though because it's part of the family. Like, it's more of a trait, to be honest. So I might shrink this up. You know, good to put more shrinking up, and they might even cut a few bones. Might be painful, but I'll be asleep. Thank goodness for anesthetics. What else? I think that's all the surgery I can actually get, really. There's not much other surgery I want to get. Like, I don't want to get butt surgery because that can actually kill you because too much injections, But I'm sure like hormones will naturally do this, like make the butt bigger. And if I work out squatting, it'll get much bigger. The cool thing about estrogen is that it'll make me gain weight, which is a good thing because I'm a very skinny person, you know, and I want to gain weight. I want to gain a lot of weight. Not too much though to become fat, but to become thick, you know, not fat. Thick, not fat. Okay, curvy, not not full moon. Okay. Uh, anyways, I'll have to do a lot of exercising, boring thing. But it doesn't matter. I'll do it. So yes, that's my literally one surgery. The hormones, however, will cost a lot of money. Therapy will cost a lot of money. But hey, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Now, speaking of not like the other Mayams, I've noticed something. I don't know if I should be discussing it here, but I just want to rant just a few seconds. Just give me a few seconds to rant. Then we can go back talking about good stuff. Pardon, pardon any noise if you hear anything in the background. So sorry about that. Anyways, basically, I've noticed a lot with children these days. People would say in the comment sections, not my ones, but in other comment sections, talk about their schools and say, you know, like almost every person or every girl in this class identifies as XYZ. And the thing is that, here's the thing, I don't think everyone truly is trans or whatever. I feel like many of these people are just doing it for a trend. And that's the problem. It's become a trend now, you know, to have a mental illness. Like, don't you remember that what is that thing? That video on what was it? The CIA. Now, this person was talking about anxiety. I know anxiety is not a mental illness, it's not. But she was talking about it as if it's a good thing, as if it's a good thing to have anxiety. And here's the thing, if you're a regular person, go ahead and talk about it. In fact, this person can talk about it in a private life. But the fact that she made it public, she was speaking about a weakness public. The CIA, talking about weakness. You're talking about a weakness. Don't they know they have enemies all over the world? By you talking about your weakness, other countries are going to see this and they're going to take advantage, you know? You shouldn't be talking about weakness if you're on the top level. Simple as that. But anyways, it's become the norm to just talk about anything, any issue or whatsoever, and just accept it for what it is rather than fighting it, you know? And it's a sad thing because when it comes to depression, people rather be depressed rather than fighting it, you know? It comes to all these terrible things, people rather be just accept these things rather than fight against it, you know? I know I sound like a hypocrite, but come on, I way too much now, you know? So many people just want to talk about this illness, that illness. I get it. Everyone suffers something. I totally get it. But we cannot make this become the norm because things have to move on. We have to fight this. We can't let this get the better of us, you know? There are times where I'm so sad, but I have to fight back against it. Ooh, I have a message. Okay, it's the 7th and I still don't have it. I don't recall if it was this time. Or maybe it was a bit later. Anyways, I'm just saying, I'm tired of this becoming a norm where we just have to accept being sad or this or that. There's nothing wrong with being sad. It's just that I hate the fact that it's become a personality trait. It's basically become something where you have to be this to be cool. Whatever happened to being cool the proper way? You know, dressing up really cool and stuff. Now it's all, it's all crazy these days. You know. But going back to the main point, a lot of people were saying that a lot of people in their classrooms, you know, they idolize XYZ. Some of them think they're trans. And here's the sad part. Many of these kids are not trans. If not, I would say 99% of them are not trans. But for some reason, these kids, they will believe in it so much and they'll get the hormones and everything. But here I am, actually having an issue. I can't get these things so easily. You know, I've noticed in America that you can easily get these hormones, which is insane. It's really insane. Like, really, you can get that so easily? But it's not just about accessibility, it's about the fact that the wrong people are getting it. That's the problem. The wrong people are getting it. Okay? These people are crazy sometimes about how every child should be on puberty blockers unless we know they're not trans. How insane is that? How insane is that? Like, really? Look, I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted with the background noise. But anyways, how insane is that? Why should everyone be stuck up on drugs? Because, you know, because for some reason, you want them to be unsure about who they are. Why can't you just let them be free? Why do you have to question these things? I've noticed a lot with teachers, not all of them, not all of them, I'm not generalizing, but many of them in the West will try and normalize this, like this behavior of, okay, you gotta put XYZ, talk about your sexual preference, talk about the last time you had sex. Yeah, they actually asked that on a test paper once. In my test papers, we were asked about what? We were asked about find X. Okay, find X. I still couldn't find X. Okay, you see the difference is that the West is falling apart, and it's a sad thing. You know, children are over-sexualized, adults are infantilized, and the world is gonna get destroyed. And the people who are winning elections, many of these people are psychotic monsters. Not all of them, but plenty of them. They just believe that, oh, they have to have radical ideas to find a solution. I'm sorry, that doesn't work that way, you know? Doesn't work that way. Anyways, I'm just saying it's a sad world that children are even taught these things and even believing in this crap. Now, social media is to blame, yes, but at the same time, as I said in my previous video, good things can come from anything, anything made. Basically, social media is a tool to talk to your friends, talk about problems that you're having. Someone's robbing you, you can talk about that. You know, if you know you need a kidney transplant or you need to raise money, you can talk about that. And you know, social media will work its magic. But there's also the bad side of social media, where it's pedophiles, where there's what the dark web, you know? What else? Some other crazy things as well, like TikTok. Okay, not all of TikTok, but plenty of TikTok. Did you know that TikTok in China is very different from TikTok in the West? Did you know that? Well, yeah, that's pretty terrifying because what they're doing on TikTok, they don't have any social justice nonsense. They're being strict to the point with conservative gender roles, you know? China is literally banning sissy men from TV. And no one in the West finds this problematic. You know, it's strange because these are the same ones who'll call you out if you dare offend them, but they're not going to talk about China. Kind of crazy, right? But anyways, no one's going to talk about China. They'll simp for China instead, you know? But anyways, I'm sorry about this silly rant. It was way too much. Let's forget about the rant and let's talk about being a white Phil. Now, what would I like to be as the years go older, possibly a housewife. Possibly a housewife. Uh, yeah, so basically, let's just move on from that rant. Sometimes you just want to get that stuff out of your chest, you know? Anyways, I'm sweating like a pig. Okay, not so much a pig, more like a giraffe, if they sweat. I don't know if they sweat. Okay, speaking of giraffes, I don't know what to say. I really don't know. Uh, after I did that rant, everything just came out. Everything. Okay. So, um, okay, going back to things I'll do when I transition. I'll make a separate video on this if people don't want to watch this full video, but basically, I think I should get a tan. I'm not sure if it'll work, but I think I should get a tan. Maybe get a bit darker, possibly. I don't know. Let's just see. Let's just see. Regardless, let's just see what happens. Moving on, a tan, a name change. Now, I've been working on names. Let's write the names down. I don't know how to spell it, but I don't think you can read it because my camera is like flipped up for some reason. I don't know if you spell that properly, but yeah. And I just thought about that last night, but I kept thinking of new names, a name change. I'm not gonna change my surname. I know my real name, Shaylin, is very gender neutral, but I'd rather change it to something else. Something unique, special, and beautiful. I might even give myself a second name. Anyways, yeah. Name change. Anything else? There's not much I like to change. I'm not really a person who's so big on change. I'm still gonna have the same job working with my brand, with different comics and novels and whatnot. I'm still gonna write the same stories, so besides name change, gender change, I think that's basically it. I'm not gonna change anything else. Because I don't really want to change an entire personality. Okay, I might change my personality. A bit. Not too much, but just a bit. Just a bit. But hopefully I don't become different. I'm still gonna keep my core values. Obviously, my core values. What else can I say? I can't swim, so anything else? I don't know. I don't really know. Maybe I might spend more time at the beach. No, that'll just burn my skin. The beach cooks you up. Oh my gosh, it burns you, okay? Walking on the beach sand, oh my gosh, it's like walking on hell or something because it's so hot. I haven't gone to the beach in ages. I think 3, 4, 5 years ago I went to the beach, so that's a long time. Maybe I might go next time when I get the official change. I can go. Anything else? I don't really know what else to do, to be honest, once I change. I think I should just keep it minimal and not go to the max with stuff. Obviously, I'm not going to become an activist or whatever. Or, as I said, these days everyone is an activist for everything. And most Mayams, not all of them, but plenty of them, they are only activists now for this and that. But, I care about different things, compared to the others, Like just as I said in the title, I'm not like the other Mams. I'm very different. Anything else? It's a change of me, So yes, name change. Get a tan. When it comes to my hairstyle, I don't know if I'll cut it short. I don't know. I really don't know what I'll do with that, but let's just see what happens. To be honest, talking about the future does make me worry a lot. But especially decades from now, like 3 decades from now, I do worry about that. But at the same time, focusing on transitioning, I hope I transition before I'm 30, I'm 19, so I think maybe next year I'll start. I said that back in 2019. I said that back in 2019 when I was thinking maybe next year or maybe the other year. Oh no, I'll keep saying it. I have to do something. But speaking of transitioning, will they even allow me if I don't take the vaccine? That's a very important question because I'm not taking the vaccine. I'm not. I'm not taking the vaccine at all. Why, you may ask? Because it's my choice, and plus for my health. Simple as that. That's basically it. I don't really plan on taking it, so that's the thing. They could actually restrict you from having certain operations, certain things, if you don't have a vaccine. That scares me. That really does scare me. Okay? That really does scare me. Because I don't want to be forced to take this. I don't want to, okay? I'm sorry, but I don't want to be forced by the government to take this. Simple as that. Anyways, I think that's about it for this live stream. Very long live stream. Okay, let's just keep going. I have a lot of voice in me, so let's just go. I get a weird smell. I have no idea what my mother is cooking. It smells like potato chips. Anyways, yeah, potato chips. Pretty good, but I would say, you know what's better? Spicy chips. I'm not allowed to eat too much spice. Because last time I did, I ended up really having severe stomach pains. I'm not even joking. I would even get gas just so much every day, just full of gas. You know, they even today, what do you call it? They put that thing on your stomach. They did that thing for me, and they found out there was full of gas inside, so much of gas, you know. And that was back early 2018, or actually end of 2017. I can't exactly remember now, but that was long ago. A lot of gas would come, so I had to watch what I eat. When it comes to curries, I most of the time eat very mild with turmeric rather than any like chili powder with a hot dog, and that kind of messed me up. And I was eating that for some time, not just like once or twice, but all the time. I have to put chili powder. I have to raw chili powder every single time. Eating mutton, very spicy mutton burger. Gotta sprinkle it in. Eating anything, I have to sprinkle it in, and it really destroyed me. Now I do eat spice time to time, but I try my best not to eat too much because I'm not gonna get sick. And plus, it formed a lymph node uh, in me, which was very terrifying because that could have led to something else, which could have ended me within a few years. And I have to watch what I eat and whatnot, you know. Um, but anyways, I think I should be eating more healthy, very healthy. But December is more of my cheat month because I get to eat ice cream and sweets. Um, Now, let's talk more about dating because it's a very interesting topic, you know? I've been using online dating since I was 13. Wow. I would go on teen dating sites because I'm not gonna go on adult dating sites. Why would I do that, okay? But as the years went by, I was waiting to go on Tinder, but then when I become an adult, I completely just don't even care about dating anymore. I just throw it out the window because I'm tired of dating, you know? Because I don't know, I think Tinder is way too much for me. But I did find other sites instead. Sites such as, well, I didn't really use it properly, but these sites where you can find people from different countries. I did find those sites, and I was thinking, how about I try this? So yeah, that's something I was thinking of last year and this year as well, you know? Um, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll even do that type of stuff. I did also find trans sites where you can meet other trannies. So, that's an interesting one. Very interesting, but um, am I gonna do something like that? I don't know, you know? I don't know, let's just see. I might try it out, but then again, I don't know. I don't know, I mean, that's just way too much. Maybe, let's just see if I have time. Because, I don't know, things are so different these days, okay? And plus, I don't know if Like, here's something I've been thinking of, you know? Do attractive trans women find others attractive? That's something very interesting. Because I'll be honest, with the hot bodies and stuff, I don't know if they are attracted to other trans women. That's something I'm curious about as well. Let's see. Let's just do more research, I guess. Okay. Okay. Um. Well, it's still a pretty doom and gloom. It's a doom and gloom day. Now, I don't want to talk about anything else, anything controversial. Let's just leave all the controversial points away from the rest of this video. I was going to talk about Twitter, but too controversial even for me. Very controversial. So anyways, oh wait, a cable is stuck on my chair. Okay, I got it out. Piece of cake. Speaking of piece of cake, what do I want to do for Christmas besides watch cartoons and watch cartoons? What do I want to do? Don't really know. You know, I've only had one tradition on Christmas Day, and December overall, the tradition was to have a 5-liter ice cream with cones. But that's basically it. And on New Year's Eve, we have a braai. I need to make more traditions. So I did say about the gummy bears tradition. Hold on. I gotta show this to y'all because some of y'all have not really seen this or have not watched this, so I gotta show this. So anyways, I'll watch all of these episodes when it comes close to Christmas or a few days to Christmas, or maybe I'll just watch it on Christmas Day. But anyways, that's like one more tradition, but what else? You know, more traditions the better. Then I can pass it down to my children. More traditions, anything else, I don't know. But I'll find it. I'll really find a proper tradition. Something that's with less work. And I want it to feel special, like once in a lifetime, instead of something that's done over and over. Maybe I might, I don't know what to do. Should I dress up as Santa? Should I dress up as Santa Claus? I think that's not really the best tradition. We still have not set up the Christmas tree, which is a bit depressing. Because it's very forgetful now, you know? Christmas isn't the same as before. Well, as Ink Spirit, the Christmas spirit, okay? Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, I also said yesterday I'll watch some bland Christmas movies, and I'll do reviews on them for the main channel. I think that should be a tradition as well. Watch these bland movies, and just give it a try, and see what happens, you know? Give a proper review, and there we go. Simple as that. If I had my own house, I would possibly, you know, live stream certain things, like wear a bikini and live stream certain things, but I don't have my own house, so it's very difficult to just wear anything. Now, will I become a model in the future? I would like to, but then, to who should I model for? That's the thing. To who should I model for? Uh-oh, I broke the ring. It's broken. Well, it was very thin, so it obviously broke. It kept bending and twisting all the time. My bad. Let's just put it down, because I'll fidget with this forever. But yes, as I was saying, if I had my own house, I could have just put on a bikini and do some stuff. Just live stream different things, you know? Now, speaking of modeling, will I become one? I can, but then I can't really model for any other site, you know? Everything these days is just way too woke. So maybe I might just model for my own brand. You know, I'm working on my own brand, and in order to advertise my own products that I'm selling, I need to at least, you know, do something that Bella Daphne, is that how you say her name? Bella Daphne, or Delphine, Regardless, you know the girl who sold bathwater? Yeah, basically do what she does. Basically is be hot and sell stuff. Because her attractiveness sells stuff. Which is true. I know I look like a hobgoblin, but obviously when I do my full surgery, I will obviously try my best to advertise my products more and more. And hopefully it'll sell. Hopefully it'll sell. Anyways, that's it for the video. Have a good day. Wow, it's so hot. I need to make one video on the channel. I have not made a video in a while. I'll talk about things I'll do for the future when I transition. So, yeah. Anyways, oh, sorry. I was supposed to put it down. I kept going back at it. Oh my gosh. I kept going back at this. Okay, wait, it's stuck. Hold on. Here we go. But anyways, that's it for the video. I'll make 2 videos instead. Just to post something, because I've not posted anything in a long time. Have a good day. Bye.